energizing your soul through the inspired Word of God. This is your daily devotional reading.
Our daily bread. The French Reformation. We are ready to meet death cheerfully. By the light of burning martyrs, Christ thy bleeding feet we track, toiling up new Calvary's ever, with a cross that turns not back. New occasions teach new duties. Time makes ancient good uncouth. They must upward, still and onward. Who would keep abreast of truth? We are ready to meet death cheerfully. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye, for the Spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14. As the procession moved slowly through the crowded streets, the people marked with wonder the unclouded peace and joyous triumph of his look and bearing. He is, they said, like one who sits in a temple and meditates on holy things. At the stake, Berquin endeavored to address a few words to the people, but the monks, fearing the result, began to shout, and the soldiers to clash their arms, and their clamor drowned the martyr's voice. Thus, in 1529, the highest literary and ecclesiastical authority of cultured Paris set the populace of 1793 the base example of stifling on the scaffold the sacred words of the dying. Berquin was strangled, and his body was consumed in the flames. The tidings of his death caused sorrow to the friends of the Reformation throughout France. But his example was not lost. We too are ready, said the witnesses for the truth, to meet death cheerfully, setting our eyes on the life that is to come. During the persecution of Meaux, the teachers of the Reformed faith were deprived of their license to preach, and they departed to other fields. Lefebvre, after a time, made his way to Germany. Farel returned to his native town in eastern France to spread the light in the home of his childhood. Already, tidings had been received of what was going on at Meaux, and the truth which he taught with fearless zeal found listeners. Soon, the authorities were roused to silence him, and he was banished from the city. Though he could no longer labor publicly, he traversed the plains and villages, teaching in private dwellings and in secluded meadows, and finding shelter in the forests and among the rocky caverns which had been his haunts in boyhood. God was preparing him for greater trials. The crosses, persecutions, and machinations of Satan, of which I was forewarned, have not been wanting, he said. They are even much severer than I could have borne of myself. But God is my Father. He has provided and always will provide me the strength which I require. As in apostolic days, persecution had fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel. Philippians chapter 1, verse 12. Driven from Paris and Meaux, they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. Acts chapter 8, verse 4. And thus the light, found its way into many of the remote provinces of France. God was still preparing workers to extend his cause. In one of the schools of Paris was a thoughtful, quiet youth, already giving evidence of a powerful and penetrating mind, and no less marked for the blamelessness of his life than for intellectual ardor and religious devotion. His genius and application soon made him the pride of the college, and it was confidently anticipated that John Calvin would become one of the ablest and most honored defenders of the church. But a ray of divine light penetrated even within the walls of scholasticism and superstition by which Calvin was enclosed. He heard of the new doctrines with a shudder, nothing doubting that the heretics deserved the fire to which they were given. Yet, all unwittingly, he was brought face to face with the heresy and forced to test the power of Romish theology to combat the Protestant teaching. This passage was taken from The Great Controversy, page 218 and 219. Our Daily Bread, the protest continues.
I encourage you to be ye doers of the word and not hearers only. Thank you for listening, and be sure to join us tomorrow for your daily devotional reading.